Good afternoon, it's Ivan O'Mara. It's coming to 4 o'clock. No, it is 4 o'clock. It's like 4, I don't know, 4 or 5, 4:15, something like that. Hope you guys enjoyed my show I made yesterday. I hope you guys enjoyed my episode 2 of Ivan's Go Through X series. Yeah. Ivan, your Go Through series is pretty sick, I know. It's pretty sick. Was today busy at Go for you, Ivan? No, not really, but for me it wasn't that busy today. Like, closing today was not that bad. It only took me like maybe 50 minutes to close today. It wasn't as bad, obviously, closing, but it took me like an hour and like 10 minutes to close today. Around there, right? Yeah. I ended my break at 2:20. I ended my shift around 3:40. So it took me like an hour and maybe, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes to close around there. But tomorrow I work alone. Even though Saturdays have been pretty slow at Coco Fruity, when I'm alone, it's a lot of work for me, obviously. Yeah. And then Sundays is usually really busy, but I work with another dishwasher. But the other dishwasher, he has the full-time shifts. I have the part-time shifts, obviously. He works 5 days, I work 3 days. I'm going to ask the boss if he can give me Thursday shifts. He works 4 shifts, I work 4 shifts. That way it's fair. Because that guy's pulling in like his $900 around there, $950 around there, and I'm making my $600. See what I'm saying? What's a good paycheck for you, Ivan? 800 plus. 800 plus is good. 700 is pretty good. 600 is not bad. And anything below 600 is horrible, obviously. Yeah, I want to get my $800 paychecks again, but I have to. That's why I'm looking for another job. That way I can get I can work 5 days a week there and I make my $800, $850. And with my Dinty's paycheck, I make like my $1,000 every 2 weeks. Yeah. $1,000, $1,100 every 2 weeks. Yeah. Because Go Fruity, like they cut my hours. Yeah. Why? I thought you said you don't like closing though. I don't like closing at Go Fruity, but I need the money, man. I need to save my money. That's why I need my hours back. Yeah. But I don't like closing at Go Fruity, but sometimes it's not that bad. Today was not that bad. I wasn't that stressed out today because I didn't have to wash as much dishes. It was pretty slow today for a Friday. But tomorrow will be pretty busy for me. And Sundays are usually always busy, right? Yeah. That's why the gate's gonna touch my money, man. Like, you have me work minimum wage. Like, I work my ass off for peanuts while you're making your trillions. These billions on the books for me, VJ. Yeah. Yeah, I did the math yesterday, guys. If I sell 700 million copies, I'll be pulling in close to 20 billion. So the 10 billion is actually highly unlikely. I'll be making at least 14 billion plus. Because I did the math. If 400 million people buy the ebook for $22, and 300 million people buy the print, that's like $42 billion in sales. I did the math, $42 billion in sales. I'm just estimating here. $42 billion after taxes is like $25 billion. $25.5 billion. Lou takes their 20% cut. PayPal takes their like 1.9%. I'm walking away with like $19.5 billion. But it's just an estimate because I'm assuming 400 million people will buy the ebook. But if 500 million people buy the ebook and maybe only 200 million people buy the print, I might make it a bit less, maybe 16 billion or something like that, $70 billion. But I think I forget the 10 billion. I think I'm going to make the high end. Maybe, yeah. If I sell 1 billion copies, I'll make my 20 plus billion. I'll make like my 27, 20 billion or something like that if I sell 1 billion copies. I did the math. It's more than what I thought, yeah. The low end is more in that 17 range. The high end is in that like 28, 30 billion range for my book. But it just depends how much people buy it. Maybe only 500 people buy it, so I don't know. I don't know, obviously. I might make my 19.5 billion on my book if 700 people buy it, right? Yeah. That's the reason. And how was one off your book, by the way? I made $9.5 million. You made $19.5 million off your book? I'm like, yeah. She's like, holy shit. We can build that like $850 million house, yeah. I make 9.5, I'll put 900 million towards my house. Yeah, almost $1 billion. Pimp it out if I make 9.5 million on my book. He's like, alright, you made 9.5 million off your book. I'm like, yes, I did. She's like, holy shit, that's a lot of money right now. And I'll fund Xanus for 2.6 billion. Yeah. That's like an $866 million budget for Peter Jackson, Mel Gibson, for my Xanus movie. Yeah. Neo, The Matrix. How I look, guys. You can picture me as the one with these glasses, right? I am Neo. So the Matrix is not happening? No, it's not happening. They're doing Matrix 5, man. The Matrix is not happening. Yeah, they already did Matrix 4. It's a hassle to get them to delete it. They're doing Matrix 5. It's not happening. I'd rather do Spider-Man over the Matrix anyways, right? Even though I love the Matrix, you guys will obviously... Yeah, I'd rather see what Spider-Man I than see was the one kicking ass in the Matrix, right? The Matrix is cool, but it's not as cool as Spider-Man. Spider-Man's fucking cool. It's most likely the greatest thing Keanu Reeves and Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, right? Yeah, I'm going to be doing, obviously, after Xanus. Yeah. Superman's coming out in 1 week, guys. 1 week from today, it's coming out. Next Friday is Superman, guys. I hope it's good, man. I hope it's good. If the movie's not good, that's not good for James Gunn, right? Fans don't like it. What's the most important thing for James Gunn Superman? The art, the critical reception. That's number one, and then 2 is the money. It doesn't hurt to make money, obviously. The movie product. But if the movie has bad reception, it might not even hit $800 million. It might hit maybe $500 million. It has to be good. The fans have to love it. That's the most important thing. And at the same time, it doesn't hurt for Warner Bros. To make their money, obviously. Superman does $850, $900 million. It's a sleeper hit, a little profit. They didn't lose money. They'll be happy, Warner Bros., obviously. Yeah. Yeah. Byron, how much people do you think will buy your ebook? Well, I did the math. If 400 million people buy my ebook and 300 million people buy my print, that's like 42 billion in sales, which is like 25 billion after taxes around there. And then Lulu takes their 20%. PayPal takes their like 1.8%. I make like $19.5 million off my book. So Lulu makes like their 5 billion around there off me, and I make my 19.5 billion off the book. But it just depends how much people buy the ebook and the print. I did an estimation. Yeah, maybe only 200 million people buy the ebook, and maybe 300 million people buy the ebook. 200 million people buy the print that I make. That I make maybe 12 around there. See, I don't know. Hence why it's between that 10 to 20 to even 30 billion. It just depends how much people buy it. I don't know how much I make off my book, right? I don't know. How much do you think you'll make, Ivan? I keep changing numbers. Before I said 10, I think I'm going to make close to 20. I think maybe that 17 to 20 billion I make. Maybe 18, 19 billion. I'm like, well, after Rachel be shot, you made $19.5 million off your book. I'm like, yeah. She's like, holy shit. That's a lot of money. I can build that dream $900 million house. I know. $900 million is pocket change if you have 19 billion in your bank, right? We can fund Zane's for like $2.6 million, Ivan. Yeah, I know, VJ. We can start skies with him. I know. We can put 400 million towards the studio lot. Yeah, beautiful office, Gran Turismo office, studio lot. It's really nice. You VJ right now. I can pay Eric Rezahaki their rich contract. For $250,000 contract, right? I'm paying them $250K for the third year, $250K for the fourth year, and they get two $30,000 bonuses. That's a $60,000 deal. So they're walking away with like 300 something thousand in their bank after taxes for the 2 years of work. A lot of money for Eric Rezahaki, my head shows, right? Yeah. Yeah. And if I make more than 20, which I might, I'll pay Eric Rezahaki $300K. They signed a $660,000 deal, which is almost $400K in your bank after taxes, right? No, $660,000 is 400 plus thousand in your bank. Obviously, they make 560, they make 300 plus thousand, which most likely they're going to make the 560. I'm probably going to make it close to that 20 billion, maybe 18, 17, 20 billion range. I don't think I'm going to make more than 20. I think I'm going to make maybe my 18, 19, 20, 17 billion off the book. So you pay them $250,000 salary. It's a good paycheck for Eric Rezahaki. They can buy a beautiful $600,000 house. You make $300K, you can easily buy a $600,000 house. Put like a $60,000 down payment on it. They can pay it off in 20 years. Easily pay it off in 20 years, right? Yeah. With an outdoor pool. $600 houses in Gatineau and Elmore are beautiful houses, man. That's a beautiful house in Gatineau and Elmore. Because Elmore and Gatineau is pretty cheap compared to like Ottawa. Or they might buy a house in Ottawa. But I highly doubt Ottawa because Ottawa is more expensive than Gatineau, right? Gatineau has cheaper houses than Ottawa. But Quebec, you pay more taxes, obviously, on your house. The taxes in Quebec are crazy, man. Quebec has the highest taxing in Canada, I believe. They tax the shit out of us here in Quebec. Yeah. Yeah. So Eric Rezahaki might cry when you're offering that contract. Yeah. Well, maybe not Eric. Eric is doing pretty good. He owns his own successful restaurant with a chef. But Rez and Hacky make like their $50K, $48,000 a year, right? Working at Coco Food in their other jobs. And now they're making $250,000. That's a lot of money. I changed their life. They're rich now. They're not millionaires, but they're upper class. Part of the 1%. They're rich now. They buy like a beautiful $600,000 house, which is a fucking nice house in Elmer, man, or Gatineau, right? What if they want to live in Vancouver? I'm going to tell them, guys, don't live in Vancouver. Vancouver is too expensive. A $600,000 house in Vancouver is not that nice of a house. It's like the house I'm living in now. I'm not kidding around. The house I'm living in now is like $600K in Vancouver. Vancouver is very expensive, guys. I recommend you don't live in British Columbia, Vancouver. Live in Gatineau, Elmer, Hull. The houses there are cheaper. For $600,000, you can get a very, very beautiful house. Even $400,000, you can get a beautiful house in Elmer, man, with an outdoor pool and everything. Yeah, which they might get. They might get a house with an outdoor pool. And you're gonna see their house in The Great Escape. I'm gonna have the document film at their house. Is that where you see their transition? Yeah, in Zane's, they live in apartments, and now they live in nice houses. And even though the head chef signed mega deals, it's pocket change compared to me and VJ's contract, right? Me and VJ are the big boss. We signed our huge mega deal with Amazon, man. Fucking boss, yeah. 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 So is that her? Yeah. 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 So, Ivan, you're going to experience being a famous author first. Yes, I'm going to experience being a famous author first. And after that, I transitioned into being a movie star, obviously, which is cooler, obviously. Yeah. Even though being a famous author was cool, fans come up to me, they want me to sign their books and take pictures with them. It's not as cool as being a movie star, being featured on the red carpets and everything, right? That's much more cooler, obviously. Being a movie star is much more cool than being a famous author, right? A successful author. That's my point. That's why I don't want to write books when I'm king. My dream is being a movie star with VJ. It's not writing books. Some sad. Yeah. Are you lying, man? Is your whole book really like that? Yes, guys, I'm not lying to you guys. What I showed you guys, every page is like that pretty much, right? Yeah, I'm not lying to you guys. That's why my book is entertaining. Yeah, all the scenes I showed you are like the big scenes in my book. Obviously, the very very entertaining scenes. Those there's other ones I didn't show you, obviously, but the majority of the scenes I showed you are like the big entertaining scenes in my book. But there's a lot more entertaining scenes I have not shown you. Like in Volume 3, there's more entertaining scenes in Volume 2. I haven't shown you. I almost spoiled the story for you, right? My whole book is like that when you read it. That's what I told my book's #1. Xanus is the #1 IP in the industry. Yeah, it's bigger than Star Wars, Marvel. Yeah, it's bigger than all those brands. Samsara. Yeah, guys, I like this setup better than the one on my table, and it's more comfortable when I sit on my couch. We're sitting on the chair is uncomfortable. The chair I sat on in my past videos over there is the one I'm using for my phone right now, right? It's right in front of me. Yeah, I have a chair and I have the phone against the speaker to keep it straight. You know. So the Gates are greedy pigs. Yeah, man. Like they make their choices every year, and they want to steal me and VJ. I don't know. They want to steal my $19.5 billion off my book. Even though $19.5 billion is a shitload of money, it's not the money you're making. You make your choice. You're just greedy. You want to control my brand too, because you're a greedy pig. Yeah. The $19.5 billion off the books for me and VJ. It's not for you, man. That's me and VJ's money. It's not yours. You're just greedy, man. You're a greedy pig, man. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry, man. I'm envious. I don't want you being that rich, man. Controlling your own money, VJ. Being so hard with me. It's gonna piss me off, Ivan. Yeah, they're envious. They also don't want me getting the genetic perks. That's why they want me to sell. Because they know if I'm trash and VJ's trash, we don't get the glowing beauty. And we don't stay young forever, we age. That's why the whole thing is set up whereby you can't touch Ivan and VJ. If you touch them, the Ivan and VJ you get are not the ones with the glowing beauty. That's why the whole thing is set up. If you separate them, you're not going to see Iron and VJ with the glowing beauty. If you let them be together and put up with the envy, and you never know what it's like for them to have sex, you get to see them with the glowing beauty in the public eye. You guys made your choices. You're fucking stupid people, man. Thought you can get your full cake. Like, yeah, hopefully we cause this mess in Ivan's life and make them pay. We see them have sex, and hopefully we're also saved when they're getting queen. But the whole thing is set up whereby you have to make a choice. Either you're saved or you're left behind, and you chose to be left behind instead of being saved. You guys are stupid people, man. Yeah, sorry, I thought someone was coming in my room, guys. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's my younger stepbrother. Yeah. Yeah. In other words, you will obviously think that being left behind is not that big of a price to pay. That's why you made this choice, because you thought you can do me and I made videos on my Salvage channel. But once I'm getting and I experience that international media, you guys are gonna feel it, man. Whereby a lot of you guys are gonna cry. Because being left behind, my God, is a horrific price to pay. It's not fun, man. Like, it's affecting your life like crazy. Yeah. When you work, when you hang out with your family, you feel like total shit. Yeah, I don't know. I signed the Hollywood actors. Like, I do the takeouts with them. All the fans are going crazy, taking pictures and videos of them, and they're asking them for autographs and everything. Oh my God, you know what I'm saying? You're the stars of the movie, and then you're in Vancouver and you're busing home or you're driving home, and you see that crazy buzz going on around the city, and you go home, and you watch a television show, and you're distracted by the trends, obviously, and you feel like total shit, man. Fuck, man. I'm abandoning this glory. How you feel left out and abandoned. My God, it's a price to pay, man. It's not fun. There's a reason why the Xanus are going to beg. Because they were safe. They don't want to be left behind, man. Now, my company's better than Hollywood. I can pay them more, better perks, yeah. The actors for Xanus are getting spoiled. All the actors for all movies are getting spoiled with all these nice perks, man. They're getting spoiled with the perks. Yeah, man. They're getting spoiled with the perks, yeah. Like, for the world tour, the Xanus stars are flying on me and VJ's private island, or are 350, 370 million, whatever it is, $400 million. If I make 19 billion, I can put even I can buy a $400 million jet. But I'm not going to go any higher than $400 million. I don't want to waste my money. They're flying on me and VJ's 350, $400 million jet around the world. They're staying at the hotel suites. They're experiencing that crazy fame in every city we land in, the whole city going crazy, all the parties, the interviews, the venues, the group interviews, and they're getting paid a lot of money for it. They're gonna beg, man. Company blows out of the water. That's my world tour. My world tour buzz is crazier than the Hollywood Comic Con buzz. Some say, huh? Yeah, man. Yeah. Comic-Con's crazy, but it's not as crazy as my world tour. My world tour is fucking crazy, man. It's crazy, yeah. I hope my younger brother doesn't come out, guys. He does have to shut the camera off. Yeah. Yeah. So I think the world tour deal is a huge deal. Oh yeah, it's a huge deal for the actors. It's like an 800,000, 750,000, 1 million, 800, 900,000, even 1.3, 1.4 million deal. That's a huge deal for the actors. I think they're gonna pull in their million plus in speaking, man. Just for speaking, you get $1 million check, man. That's a lot of money. That's why the agents are gonna want a piece of that. Yeah, and if they go speaking, we want our cut of that. I'm like, yeah, you get your cut, but the $2,000 gift card you don't touch, right? You get a percentage of all the actors' earnings for the movie contract, but you don't get the $2,000 gift card. That's a gift from the company. Ivan, do we get a $2,000 gift card? I'm like, no, you guys don't. You guys don't get a $2,000 gift card. Why not? I'm like, guys, your agents and managers are not going to give you a $2,000 gift card. So I'm saying, so after me paying the actors all that money and everything, I also give them a $2,000 gift card. That's why my company blows out of water. Yo, Ivan also gave me a $2,000 gift card. After you signed that mega deal, he also had, and you had all those perks, he also gave you a $2,000 gift card. Yeah, and he also gave me a $3,500 gas card, which is a year's worth of gas. $3,500 is about a year's worth of gas, right? Yeah. Do your 7 team get it? Yeah, my 7 team, I'll give them a $3,500 gas card. All the actors get their $3,500 gas card, even the minor ones. And my photographers and head chefs, Eric Rezahaki, I can also give them a $3,500 gas card, a year's worth of gas, because they're my head chefs, they're my main guys. Yeah, which is nice. So when Eric Rezahaki signed a contract and they get their $30,000 bonus, they also get a $3,500 gas card, which is a year's worth of gas, man. That's fucking nice, right? Yeah. And 30 grand is 18,000 after taxes. So Eric Rezahaki can now feed their families for a year before they start working and they get their $250,000 check. 18 grand is enough money for them to pay some of their car bills and buy groceries. It's pretty good for them during that 1 year. That's a lot of money. Obviously, they're not rich yet, but they got a little bit of money. But once they get that $250,000 paycheck, that's when they now become rich, because they're making like they're 6,000, 6,200, 6,200 like every 2 weeks. That's a lot of money, man. Buy a beautiful house with that money, yeah. I'm sorry. And that's why Peter Jackson, he wants a bigger cut of the world tour, because he knows he's bigger than Yagas. Ivan, are you going to pay more than Yagas? I'm like, no, Peter, I'm not paying more money, man. Why not, Ivan? I'm like, Peter, man, stop being greedy, man. You signed your $1 billion+ deal. You're making way more than everyone else. I'm not paying more money, man. Stop being greedy. Ivan, can I even more than that? I'm like, no, Peter, stop being greedy. Fine, whatever, man. I'm like, Peter, you're pissed off. Yeah, I deserve a bit more of this, Ivan. Yeah, he's greedy, Peter. I want like my $2.5, $3 million this, Ivan. He's greedy, Peter. Yeah, because he knows the speaking deal is a huge deal. We're speaking at 80 places. He wants a bigger cut of the pie, obviously. He wants his like 3 million, 2.5 million speaking, Peter. He's greedy. Yeah, he's a greedy pig. Yeah, he's a greedy pig, Peter. Yeah, it's actually funny. Yeah. Will you be going on a world tour for all your movies, Ivan? Yes. I'll be going on a world tour for all my movies, as all my movies will have crazy buzz. Even the Great Escape with Keanu Reeves will have crazy buzz. Not as crazy as Zane's, but it'll still have crazy worldwide buzz. And Keanu Reeves and all of them are going to go on a world tour with me too. For They're Unique, I'm going to be going on a world tour with KJ Appins, and they are for that too. As They're Unique will have crazy buzz too. That's a romance story with Ivan and VJ. That movie will have crazy buzz too. Yeah, remember Twilight? You had that crazy buzz. If you think the Twilight buzz was crazy, nothing. They're Unique will have crazy buzz, man. It's a romance story. A love story with Ivan and VJ. You're gonna sit movie for that too. With beautiful music. Yeah, beautiful music, yeah. 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 So you and VJ are making way more than Yakuza for the world tour. Oh yeah. Me and VJ are gonna make like, I don't know, our 10, 11, 12 million in speaking, man. Something crazy. Just for speaking. That's why Peter wants a bigger chunk of that. He's like, Ivan, you're greedy too, man. Like, you're making like your 12, you and VJ are making like your 12 million speaking, and you're giving us the peanuts. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm giving you like a good maybe 8% of my money, Peter. You're making like your $1 million in speaking. Yeah, but Ivan, like, I deserve more than that, man. I should be getting like $3 million this, Ivan. You know what I'm saying? Because Peter's a greedy big. I'm like, Peter, man, I'm not going to pay you more, man. I'm already paying you way more than the actors for the movie contract. You signed your $1 billion+ deal. You don't make this now. In Hall, you make like your 75, 200K for Comic-Con. And you're going to make like your $1 million, $1.3 million in speaking. Stop being greedy, Peter, man. I'm not paying you any more money, man. You're fucking greedy. Fine, whatever, man. Like, Peter, if you're pissed off, you're more than welcome to work in Hollywood and make less money. It's a deal, I mean, yeah, give you a deal. I'm not going to give you like another $2 million to make VJ's money. You're crazy, man. I'm already paying you enough for the movie. You sign, I don't know, your 1.3 billion deal, which is 1.6 billion a year. Because if I make 19 billion, Peter gets his 800. So he signed like a 1.3 billion deal and get any money, which is like about 1.6 to 1.58 billion in his own money. Peter signed to Megan, though he's walking away with like 850 million in his bank, whatever it is. I'm not gonna overpay him. 800 million in his bank. I'm not gonna overpay Peter and have him do it, man. For the world tour, you got an equal amount of the actors, Peter. If you don't like it, don't come, and I'll have someone else come with me. Sometimes. Yeah. You got an equal amount, Peter. For the world tour, I'm not paying more money, man. You gritty pig, yeah. Will they just do the venue thing, or they're going to do one-on-one group interviews? Guaranteed they're going to do one-on-one group interviews like they do in Hollywood. You know in Hollywood, you have a thing where the actors sit down in chairs. You have like the main like 8, 9, 10 stars. They sit down in a chair with the director. And you have one person sitting down and interview them. Guaranteed they're going to do that with me and the actors too. And they're also going to do the main one when it's in front of the large crowd. The main interview in front of the large crowd, I'm not filming that. But if they do one-on-one interviews, that kind of stuff, with one-on-one with Peter and Guillermo del Toro, I can film that. You have to ask them. If they say, yeah, we're going to do one-on-one group interviews, okay, I'm going to bring 3 of my doc crew with me. They're going to film it. Is that okay? All right, that's okay. You can film it. Yeah, and you'll see that. But the other stuff, the crazy fans, you will not see that, obviously. As you get what you fucking deserve. It's your fault. You want to keep behind the scenes. What? What? Okay, I will. They want me to make food. Yeah. My recipe, my fried rice with the beef, it's really good. Yeah. Yeah. So you don't want Peter Jackson making drastic changes? No. Hence why I'm going to co-write Peter. That way I keep him in check. I don't want Peter Jackson ruining my stories. I think if Peter Jackson made drastic changes, the movie would still be a masterpiece. But he might piss off a lot of fans because what? It's not really like the book, right? That's why I don't want Peter making drastic changes. I don't want the woman fighting Peter, and I don't want the wolves breaching the walls, and I don't want like Helm's Deep, and I don't want Cornelius being a northern. And I don't want the ancestors appearing in physical form in the war. You're gonna take away the spotlight from Tacitus if you do that, Spencer. Because Peter might tell me, what if we do a thing where we have both ancestors appear in the war? I'm like, Peter, don't do that, man. You're gonna ruin the story. Like it's about Tacitus and Eretat and Ephesus. It's not about the ancestors. You're if you do that, you're making a drastic change in my plot, and you can ruin my plot, man. The fans can be pissed off about that, man. Why? It'll be fucking cool having the ancestors appear. I'm like, Peter, I don't want the ancestors appearing in the war, man. What the fuck are you doing, Peter? You're gonna ruin my fucking story, man. Don't make drastic changes. I know I'm doing like Peter. You may have more experience than me, but you did not write my book. I wrote it. I know what's best for my story more than you. I wrote the fucking thing. I don't want you making drastic changes like you did for Lord of the Rings, Peter. Because for Lord of the Rings, you made a lot of changes that affected the plot. You made a lot of changes in Lord of the Rings. I made a lot of changes. Yes, Peter. You made a lot of fucking changes, and you add a lot of stuff that's not even in the book. You made a lot of changes, Peter, for Lord of the Rings. As I read Lord of the Rings, it's not like the movies when I read the book. It's a totally different medium when I read it. Yeah. It's a totally different medium when I read it. Samsara? Yeah. Well, movies is a different medium than books, obviously. But like I read to you the first half of Lord of the Rings, and you compare it to the movie, it's a completely different. It's not like the book at all. The movie. That's why I don't want Peter making those drastic changes. Yeah, for Lord of the Rings, I had to do that, man. It's a hassle to adapt. Yeah, but for my story, we can actually follow page by page. Yeah, Ivan, for your book, we can actually follow page by page. It's much easier, more simple to follow. Yeah, because I'm a simple writer. I'm not over the descriptive like Tolkien. Because Tolkien, he's so over descriptive with his writing, it's a bit confusing and it's a lot of information to grasp for one to grasp. That's why for me personally, for Lord of the Rings, it's a tough book to follow. I can't grasp the whole story in one read. I gotta read it maybe 3-4 times just to grasp maybe 40% of it. Because I'm stupid, obviously. I'm not that smart of a guy. That's why Lord of the Rings, for me personally, it's a tough book to follow. Because it's just so much information going on every page. It's crazy, man. All these lands, Erebor, and like you have this place, you have that place, and he lists like all. You have a huge deep history. The lore in Lord of the Rings is crazy, man. It's very, very deep. That's why nobody can top that world building. It's too deep and too rich. But I think my world building in my book is more unique than Lord of the Rings. But Lord of the Rings world building is richer and more deep. But my world building is more unique, I think. Some Sarah? Excuse the noise, they're watching TV upstairs. Yeah. My world building, I think, is more unique. Some Sarah? My world building is more unique. Yeah. So, you think your world building is better than Tolkien's? What do you mean by better? Do you mean in terms of? Do you mean in terms of do you mean in terms of being more unique, or do you mean in terms of richness and deepness? In terms of richness and deepness, obviously, Lord of the Rings world building blows my world building out of the water. But my world building, I think, is the more unique world. It's very unique how you have the North and the South. The South is cursed, the North is holy, and the Southerners and Northerners don't like each other. And the demon wolves and bats live in the South, the cursed South. It's a fucking amazing story, man. I think my world building is more unique than Lord of the Rings, but Lord of the Rings is richer and deeper, obviously. So it's better in that sense, but in terms of the uniqueness of the world, I think my world building is better. My world building is deep too, as you guys read in my book. It's deep too. It feels real and everything, but it's not as deep as Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is so fucking deep, man. Like, nobody can top that. Even I can't top that world building, and I know it. Lord of the Rings, nobody can match J.R.R. Tolkien's world building for Lord of the Rings. I know why it's so deep, because Tolkien spent more than a decade writing Lord of the Rings, so he really poured his heart and soul into his manuscript. That's why his world building is so. You can tell when you read Lord of the Rings that's a book whereby Lord of the Rings really, J.R.R. Tolkien really put in the work, man. As it took him. The Hobbit was released in 1937, and then Lord of the Rings was released in 1954, I believe. So Tolkien worked on Lord of the Rings, I think, for 17 years of his life, and that's hence why the world building is so rich and deep when you read the book, right? Yeah. Some Sarah? Yeah. This video won't be that long, guys. I'll talk for maybe an hour and 15-20 minutes. I'm done. Yeah. Because the folks upstairs, they want me to cook food right upstairs. My recipe, my beef and my rice. Yeah. I make amazing food, man. You can also make food. Yes, I can. I'm gifted, man. God gave me all the gifts. I can even be a chef. If I trained to be a chef, I'd be an amazing chef. As I know how to make really good food, man. Yeah. Vija will see how good how good I am at making food when she meets me. But sometimes I will make food for me and her, and she's like, "Holy shit, Ivan, you are an amazing chef." Yes, I am. Yeah. Sarah. But I'm barely going to be making food with VJ. As I'll be going out with VJ all the time. We're getting most likely getting takeout most of the time. I prefer to eat at home most of the time, but sometimes I'll be going out with VJ like every day, man. And getting takeout. We can easily afford it. If I made $19.5 billion off my book, it only cost me VJ maybe $300,000 a year for food costs, which is pocket change if you have 19 billion in your bank, right? It's pocket change, huh? And so me and VJ are barely gonna be what? Buying groceries. I will buy groceries, but I'm gonna be going out with VJ all the time then. Yeah. Samsara? Yeah. Yeah. Well, you were doing a lot of parties with the Xanus, Ivan. Oh yeah, a lot of parties. I don't know. During the 5 years, I'm probably gonna be doing a good maybe 30, 40 parties with the actors. Something crazy. As every time we do the magazine ad shoots and the commercials and the interviews for Sky's Entertainment News, I partner up with the actors. You also have the world tour. I'll be doing a lot of parties with the actors for the world tour. Every city we land in, I'll be doing a party. Yeah. Sorry, I'll be doing probably 100 plus parties with the actors during the 5 years, man. If you count the world tour, right? Because every city I land in, I guaranteed. Every time we land in a city, guaranteed. After we do the interview at the venue and all stuff, and the one-on-one group interviews and all stuff, I'll be throwing a party with the actors. We go to a club, we get drunk. It's on me, or I do a party in my suite. And the actors all come to my suite. We do a party in the suite, man. Yeah, we're having a blast, man. That's why they're gonna beg. Beg their asses off the same stars. You know. They're gonna beg, man. Yeah, man. They're gonna beg. Yeah. Ivan VJ, please, 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 Ivan VJ, please, please, please. Yeah, but look, man, you can bet all you want, man. You're not good for the grades of Gandaries. I'm not going to do that, man. No way. Ivan, man, it's not fair, man. Like you sign us to a master deal. We get the experience as a fan. You, and after that, you just ditch us, and we go back to Holland and we're left behind. Yeah, I launched your careers. You're welcome, guys. Ivan, man, we don't want to go back to Holland. We want to work for you, man. Fuck Holland. I don't want to work in Holland, Ivan. It's not your company. I want to work for you for the rest of my life, man. I want a career for Skystars, Ivan. I know, but you're not good for the Great Escape, guys. With Keanu Reeves, man. You're not good. You can't be selfish, man. Keanu Reeves felt like shit during the what? During the 5 years. Now he wants to experience the glorious success of enemy region. You can't be selfish, guys, man. Ivan, fuck Keanu Reeves, man. He's already big, man. You know how big that guy is? He has a lot of money in his bank. He's good, man. Why the fuck would you have signed him? Sign us instead, Ivan. Oh my guys, that's not the point. The point is he wants to experience that success of enemy region too. It's not fair, man. Keanu Reeves felt like shit during the 5 years. Left behind Hollywood. Now he wants to experience the success of fame for the Great Escape. Lion Beach, I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry? Yeah. So the interviews will ask the actors what's next for them. Yeah, they will, obviously. At the venue or the one-on-one interviews, they're gonna ask them, "Hey, what's next? John Boyega, what's next for you?" Then John Boyega's like, "Yeah, I'll be doing another movie in Hollywood." Yeah, because during the world tour, that's when the Hollywood companies will be throwing the Xanus Hollywood actors their offers, and they're gonna throw them good offers too, like lucrative offers. Like Avon Georgia can now make his 2, 3, 4 million in Hollywood now. 2 million, 2.5 million in Hollywood. He's making pretty good money now. Whereas before he negotiated for maybe 500K. Now he can negotiate for maybe 2 million in Hollywood. Like they throw all the Xanus or some Hollywood offers, but and they're gonna ask me, VJ, what's next for you guys? And VJ's like, yeah, we're doing a secret agent movie, obviously, or we might go into the comic book world. Yeah, and in the one-on-one interviews, and the whole world's like, holy shit, when they watch it, holy shit. I and VJ giving a hint that they might do Spider-Man Miles Morales. Yes, maybe. It's most likely the greatest kind of reason I might do Spider-Man Miles Morales. We'll see what happens. Obviously. Yeah, and all the Zanes must feel like shit. Yeah, it's not fair. Even though we're going back to Hollywood and they're paying us more money, our movies are a side tangent. Ivan's experience, like Lori says, in the VJ for the Great Escape, Keanu Reeves and Matt Damon. Yeah, they feel like shit. Yeah, and they're the bank too. They're gonna make their billions off their movie merchant game. They can easily fund the Great Escape for $700 million, $720 million, $730 million. Yeah, boss. Can I be in that movie? I'm like, no, guys, you're not good for the movie. The only one who's really good is Ed Joe, but I'm not gonna be signing him. Otherwise, he's gonna piss off a lot of actors and agents and managers in Hollywood. It's not fair, right? To the Hollywood actors who want to be on the movie, right? Yeah, it's not fair, obviously. I was like, I can fuck those actors, just resign. I'm like, no, but you can't be selfish. You were good for Zanes and you are good for the Great Escape, but I'm not gonna resign you. So I'm saying, yeah. John Boyega's even good for the Great Escape too. I can picture him as a secret agent. John Boyega, right? Yeah, he's also good too, but I'm not gonna resign him. Otherwise, he's gonna piss off a lot of actors in Hollywood, man. It's not fair to the Hollywood actors in Hollywood, man. And yeah, there you go. It's not fair. That's what I'm saying here. It's not fair. Give me a second, guys. I gotta take a leak. Back in a second. Hope you guys enjoy the show. guys, I'm back. Sorry for the long wait, man. I went upstairs to get a coffee. Yeah. Yeah. I was talking to my younger brother about women and all that stuff, yeah. We talk a lot about that stuff, yeah. My younger brother has been on many dates over the past, like dozens of dates during the past like 2 years, and that's why I never been on a date before. That's why I'm gonna pursue the dingy chick, obviously. I'm gonna pursue the other one, the one who works evenings. I'm gonna go for her because the one who works mornings, I don't see her anymore. So me and her not happening, right? That's too bad. She said she's leaving in September, August, but maybe she might stay longer. I don't know. If I see her, I will pursue her, but I'll talk to both chicks. I'm gonna ask the boss if I can get one morning shift and one evening shift. That way I can talk to both chicks, and I'll see who I like more. It'll be a back and forth. They're both beautiful women, obviously, right? Well, you have a white BJ, yeah, but Victoria Justice had her first year boyfriends, and she keeps seeing guys behind my back and cheating on me and fucking all these guys. I'm gonna get my girlfriend to do it's fair. And you know it's fair, VJ. You know it. You're a fucking cheating whore. I'm not gonna take you seriously, man, when you cry to me. Because you're a crazy woman, yeah. After you cry, you fuck guys after that. And you had your first year boyfriends and your mess happened in Hollywood. You made out many men in your television shows and movies. And so I'm 100% justified to get my girlfriend. If you're pissed off, VJ, I'm sorry. Karma is a bitch, man. I even won't do that. I'm like, VJ, I already asked Maddie on a date 2 years ago, man. And she rejected me. And she said yes. She'd be my girlfriend to this day. I would have been hanging out with her and she would have been my girlfriend, man. Yeah. Yeah, right, she lives in Montreal now. Yeah, but had me and her dated, there's a high chance maybe she would have stayed in Elmer for me, right? Yeah. Because I'm special, yeah. She might have stayed in Elmer for me, maybe roommated with someone else. She might have stayed in Elmer for me, right? Because I'm special. Yeah, had she dated me, right? But Emmanuel is what? Emmanuel is a bit bitchy, obviously. Yeah. Oh, my battery's low, guys. Give me a second, guys. I have to charge it. The battery will run out, guys, very quickly. I have to charge it. Just give me a sec here. Please don't shut off. Okay. Plug it quickly. There you go. 4%. Yeah. Yeah, but I have a white VJ, I know, but Victoria Justice is a cheating whore. And she had her first year boyfriends. She doesn't listen. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with that woman's mind. She keeps seeing guys behind my back and fucking them, man. So I'm gonna get my girlfriend to go. I'm sorry, VJ, man. If you're pissed off, I'm gonna tell you to shut up. You're not worthy of judgment. You're a cheating whore. There you go. She's seeing all the guys in Hollywood who she likes behind my back, and she can't stay away because she likes them. And when I like one chick, she expects me to stay away from her when you can't even stay away from the guys. She's like, Ivan, like, you're hurting me, man. It hurts, man. I'm like, what about you? She's like, fuck you. I'm not seeing one eye. And I'm like, VJ, shut up, man. I'm not stupid, man. I hear you moaning every day. You're seeing those guys behind my back. I'm not an idiot, man. You can cover your sin all you want. I'm not going to have you do like that, man. No way. Yeah, Victoria Justice, because she's a crazy woman, she actually thinks it's okay for her to see guys, but it's not okay for me to see one chick. That's the way she thinks because she's a crazy woman. I'm sorry, man, you're too special, you're white, you know what I'm saying, you're my baby, I don't want one fucking chick touching you. Okay, well, how about you stop having those men touch you in Hollywood? I'm not seeing one eye, and I'm like, VJ, man, I'm not an idiot, man. You're seeing the guys. You think I'm stupid? I hear you moaning every day, man. I'm not an idiot. You're seeing those guys. You think I'm stupid, man? I'm not going to have you do like that, man. No way. Sidetracking. Yeah. I also want to lose this weight. Lose weight too, obviously. What? How much you weigh, Ivan? I'm still 260. I want to get to 240 by the end of the year. I only have 66 pounds to go. 260 to 194 is 66 pounds. 66 pounds is not that much, right? Yeah. And when I'm 194, I'll be handsome, man. We're by the world shot. Like, holy shit, man. Ivan's fucking handsome when he's skinny, yeah. And Vijay's like, yeah, Ivan look like that, he'll get his girlfriend. Yes, I will, Vijay, I will. I'm too handsome at 194. Because nobody knows what it's like for Ivan America to be skinny. I've never been skinny my whole life. I was either big or average size. In high school, I was average size. In my adult years, I was big. I wasn't like obese big, but I was a big dude when I was an adult, right? Yeah. Yeah. Because I was depressed. I ate a lot of food. I thought I had an STD and everything. I was very depressed. I thought I had a bad disease and everything. I was very depressed. Hence why I ate a lot of food and I gained a bunch of weight. And I thought, yeah, obviously. And while I was depressed and everything, and I cried because I thought I had an STD, Victoria Justice was what? Fucking all these guys in Hollywood and having other boyfriends. She's fucking evil, that woman, man, yeah. You know what I'm saying? And once I get a girlfriend after 3 years, she gives me hell for it. After what you did to me on my back, man, you're fucking crazy. Oh my god. Just ignore her. I mean, she's a crazy woman. If she gives you hell, just shut your ears. She's gonna keep seeing the guys after that. Don't want to do that, Ivan. Victoria Justice is a crazy woman. I'm sorry. Yeah. But me getting a girlfriend will wake her up a little bit. It'll wake her mind up a little bit. Because right now, Victoria Justice, she's used to me being a virgin, not touching a chick and everything. There's no mess in her life. Once I get a girlfriend, she'll finally feel it a little bit, and it'll wake up that crazy mind of hers. Like, even though, yeah, I can give Ivan hell I want. I'm a fucking bitch. Like, Ivan knows I'm gonna keep seeing the guys. Yes. Like, fuck, man, he's justified in getting a girlfriend. But I'm selfish, man. I don't want one chick touching him. Yeah, I'm gonna let these men touch me. She's crazy. She's a crazy woman, BJ. Yeah. I'm not gonna do that, man. No way. You're gonna keep seeing the guys even while you're giving me hell, BJ. I'm not gonna do that, man. No way. It's tough, Ivan. Yeah, it's tough for me too. Fuck you. Yeah, so you think I'm not human? I don't have feelings. I can't like a chick. Yeah, Ivan's a virgin. He'll repel them from me because she's crazy, man. Yeah, she's a crazy woman, Victoria Justice. She's a crazy woman, yeah. Ivan, will you post pictures and all that stuff with your girlfriend? No. I know you guys are messed up. I mean, I'm keeping it to myself. I will take pictures with her, but those pictures are for me to see on my phone. I'm not posting it anywhere. It's none of your business, man. I know you guys are a mess. I'm not letting anybody know I have a girlfriend. It's not your business. Yeah, Vijay won't know because she's connected me, and she's my spirit. And every night she'll be yelling at me like, "Fuck you, Ivan! How can you do this, man? You're such a fucking asshole." I'm like, "Yeah, you too, you fucking selfish bitch." There you go. I shut you for good. You can't say shit. She knows it. Yeah. I'm sidetracking, guys. Oh, I work tomorrow alone on a weekend. I hate Saturdays because I work alone. You know. Yeah. I like Lord of the Rings, The Way of Kings better than Xanus. Yeah, if you like those books better, I understand. Art hits everyone different ways. Those books are masterpieces too. But be honest, man, when you read my book and you read Way of Kings and Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones, what story's more entertaining? What stands out more? Your book, Ivan. Yes, my book's more entertaining read when you read it, right? Yeah. I'm such a good author that if I traditionally publish, the editors would be making minor changes to my story, maybe adding a few things to make it a little bit better. But because I'm such an amazing storyteller, they'll even tell me, yeah, Ivan, your book doesn't need much polishing up. It's already amazing. You don't want to polish up too much. We might ruin your story. Yeah. I'm the kind of author, when I write a book, the editors in the book publishing business, if they tamper with it too much, they could even ruin my story. That's why they might tell me, yeah, Ivan, your book is already good. It just needs a bit of polishing up with your stiffness of some of your dialogue. They fix a little bit of that, and then the book is amazing. That's where all the publishing houses wish I can work for them and sell out. But I have my own keys. I don't need you guys. I'm self-publishing Xanus. I'm not traditionally published. I'm not going to have you take on my money when you're only making that money because of my keys and I do my own. No way. The Xanus brand is mine. Nobody's touching that. It's my brand. It's my rights. It's my book. There you go. I'm sorry? Ivan, will you write their unique? I might, maybe. After I get my Xanus book proofread and design my cover, I might brainstorm their unique and I'll start Ralph. I can finish the book in like 5-6 months. I can finish it. I write 5 pages every day, and this time for their unique though, I have to really plan out the book, obviously. Yeah, plan out each chapter briefly, because romance is portraying emotion. You have to be good at portraying emotion, and so I really gotta brainstorm. How much chapters do we have? I don't know. I might have maybe 13 chapters like Xanus. I'm not a fan of having a lot of chapters in my book. I prefer to have shorter chapters. I prefer to have a shorter amount of chapters, but the chapters are longer. Instead of cutting it up into like 80 chapters, right? I prefer to have like 12, 13, 14, 15 chapters, but they're long chapters, like 50-page chapters. That's the way I like to write, obviously, right? Yeah. So, Ivan, you already have an idea for their story in your mind? Yes, I do. I have the prologue, then I have what you guys read, the small town, and then chapter 2 is meeting Josh. Yeah. So chapter 1 is about Dawn. You have the prologue, and then you have chapter 1, and then Dawn talks to her parents. I explain more stuff there, and then Megan fixes up her hair, and she's now preparing to go to the interview with Louis at the Bar Grill House. and then she gets the job. Obviously. Then after that, I transfer to Josh's story. Josh works at a bar in a bar, obviously, and he makes like his 40,000 a year. He's not that rich, and he drives like a rusted up car. Obviously, and then chapter 2 is meeting Josh. Obviously, they go to an event. Obviously, and then that's when Dawn meets Josh, and Josh meets Dawn. And I introduce Jake to Josh's best friend. Yeah, that's my different story, obviously. And very unique. If I write that, it'll be a masterpiece too. As you guys read it, right? It'll be a masterpiece too. I don't think it'll be as good as Xanus. The woman might like it better than Xanus, obviously. But most fans will probably say, yeah, even though Very Unique was amazing, I like Xanus better. Fantasy's more interesting to me than romance. Yeah, fantasy's more interesting than romance. But what I showed you guys, were you guys impressed? I was impressed. That's fucking interesting. I know. Great start to my story. Yeah. If I write 5 pages every day, I have to buy a laptop too. I don't want to write the book on that computer. I'm gonna buy a laptop. Obviously. Will you film yourself writing the book? I can film myself writing the book on my laptop. When I write it on my notebook, I'm not gonna film that, because filming myself can distract me from focusing on my story. So when I write the story on my notebook, I'm not gonna film that. But when I type it on my laptop, I'll film it. You guys will get the whole journey of Ivan writing Very Unique. You didn't get the whole journey of me writing Xanus, because I started writing that in like 2011. But for Very Unique, you get the whole journey of Ivan writing Very Unique. And I'll show you guys snippets of my book too for Very Unique too, obviously, if I write it, right? And you're going to be hooked too when you read that too, because I'm a genius. I'm a great genius, you know? Yeah. I have the gift from the heavens, right? Yeah, man. And if I write Very Unique, I'll be pulling in my 30+ billion off Very Unique. Well, Very Unique will be cheaper. I'm only gonna sell the print for Very Unique for maybe $55. And the ebook I'll sell for maybe $15. It's not as long of a book, right? Yeah. So I'll be pulling in my $30 billion with Xanus Very Unique. Around there, right? $28, $30 billion for both books. For me and BJ, obviously. Yeah. Ivan, please write Very Unique, man. You're such an amazing author. I might write it. We'll see what happens. Yeah. I haven't written in a while though, so there's a part of me that believes I lost a bit of my touch because I haven't written in a while. Right, but then once I get back into the routine of writing again, my creativity will flow. And Very Unique will be a masterpiece too when I write it, right? Looking at an amazing story. Yeah. Well, Ivan, what's your advice to these aspiring authors? Just be simple, man. Stop trying to be over descriptive and wow the reader with your English literature. Just be simple and write an amazing story. Stop trying to wow the reader with your amazing English literature. Nobody cares about how good your English is. They care about how good your story is. And that's what a lot of aspiring authors do. They they think they're writing a good story by wowing the reader with their English literature when they're not. They're boring the reader by doing that, man. Just tell a good, compelling story. Just be simple, man. Be simple like me. Yeah. You guys read Very Unique. Did I use all these overcomplicated words in that? No, you didn't, Ivan. Yes. And yet the story is still entertaining. It's fucking entertaining. And all these other guys, they have better English writing skills than me, but their story's not as entertaining. It's boring, and they don't know how to tell a compelling story. Some of those guys. Yeah, that's the truth, man. Don't hate them, son. Yeah. Yeah, Ivan, when you describe stuff in your book, you don't use all these big words. No, I don't. And yet my book is still fucking entertaining, right? Yeah. Just be simple, man. Um, when you write a book, have the mind of a child when you write a book. Obviously, you know how children are so interested in stories, hearing stories from their parents, and they love colors and everything. Just think like a child when you write a book. Write an amazing story, and just be simple, man. Stop trying to be over descriptive with your English literature. You can confuse the reader, and you can bore the reader if you do that, man. If you keep info dumping them for like 4 or 5 pages. Samsara, that's my advice. Yeah. Will Very Unique be easier for you to write than Xanus? Yes, because Xanus is a fantasy world, right? Fantasy is more difficult to write than romance, but romance is also difficult too because you have to be good, you have to be good at portraying emotion, love, and emotion on the text, right? That's a little bit difficult, obviously, but I'm a creative genius. I can pull it off. But I'm also scared if I write it, it won't be that good. When I write and I read and it's not that good, I'm not going to show you guys. But yeah, because I have self esteem issues too, obviously. Yeah, I feel like I wrote Xanus, and I got lucky when I wrote that, but I'm scared of her right there, unique. It might not be that good. I have that fear, but I have comments to myself. I'm gonna write an amazing story. My father gave me the gift, right? The heavenly gift, right? I'm gonna write an amazing story, honestly. Yeah, but for very unique, I'm gonna plan it out more than Xanus. I have to really plan it out. I have to be the architect and the gardener. I plan out all my volumes of a little brainstorming of what happens in each volume, and I also let the story grow on me, and that's how I finish the story. So I'm kind of both an architect and a gardener. I'm more of a gardener. For Zayans, I was more of a gardener. I just let the story grow on me, and then I plant the seed, and I see how the story flows, and that's how I come up with plots for the story. But for Very Unique, I'm going to be the architect and the gardener. I'm going to actually plan out each chapter, brainstorming. That way I have a foundation of what I want the chapter to be about. And then I write it, and I let my creativity flow, and that's how I write Very Unique, obviously. Sarah? Ivan, please write that book. I might. He's like, Ivan, write Very Unique. Yeah, I might write it, sweetie. I might write it. We'll see what happens. Yeah. VG might like Very Unique better than Xanus. Because women love romance, right? Yeah, I love Xanus, but I like Very Unique more. I love the whole romance story with Josh and Dawn. That's a beautiful story, I know. VG might like Very Unique better. The woman might like Very Unique better because women love romance, man. They're obsessed with romance, right? They love romance, you know? Yeah. So, Sarah? Put my beer in the fridge while it gets cold. I'm gonna make the food after this a fried rice with beef. And then I'm gonna take a shower and I'll enjoy the show with you guys. I'll enjoy the show after you guys, right? Yeah. Because by the time I make the food, the video will be like uploaded pretty much. You know. Yeah. Ivan, what do you think are the hardest genres to write in a book? There's three: fantasy, romance, and sci-fi. Sci-fi is also pretty difficult too because you have to know science, right? You have to have some knowledge of science to write sci-fi. Sci-fi is fake science, but you have to know a bit about science to write sci-fi. That's why I can't write sci-fi, because I don't know anything about science. I'm not that great at science, right? I was never really a good science or math student in high school, obviously. Yeah. Romance is difficult too because you have to be good at portraying emotion on the page. That's pretty difficult, right? You have to be good at portraying emotion on the page, right? Yeah. Yeah. Will their unique be a mysterious cover? No, for their unique, I want to actually have pictures. Like a cartoon picture of a man with dreads who looks like me. And I have another picture of a woman who has like black hair. She looks a little bit like BJ. They don't look like us, but they look a little bit like us, obviously. A cartoon picture or something like that. They're unique for the book. Like, you know this book here, The Proposal, written by Jasmine, that I have here? Where is it? You have that cartoon. Yeah, there it is. Is that it? I don't see it. Oh, it's right there. Yeah, you see this book here, The Proposal? You have a cartoon picture? Yeah, something like that. This is Adobe Illustrator graphics. I might have a picture like this for their unique. You have a guy with a black eye with dreads, and you have a woman with black hair. Obviously. This book is pretty good, by the way. The Proposal by Jasmine Gullery. It was a pretty good book. I read it in the hospital. Yeah, good book. 300-page book. How long do you think their unique will be, Ivan, if you write it? Probably a 350-page book, maybe a 400-page book. It just depends how my mind flows when I write it, but we'll see what happens if I write it right. Yeah. Yeah. So, Ivan, what's the best way to improve your writing? You improve your writing by writing a lot. That's how you improve your writing. You have to write. It only took me one try to hone my craft. Once I wrote my book, my Islamic story, I already got the gist of writing, and I was able to pen out my missing fantasy novel. Or for some people, it could take longer, right? For me, it took me one book to hone my craft. I wrote 30,000 words of the Islamic story, and that's how I honed my craft. And that book wasn't that good compared to Xanus, but I got better as a writer, and I was able to pen on my masterpiece Xanus, obviously, because I have a creative gift. Whereas for some people, it might take them maybe 3, 4, 5 tries to hone their craft as a storyteller, as an author, as an aspiring author. The best thing to do is practice your writing and challenge yourself. Write maybe a 5,000, 10,000 page short story and get people to review it. And if you get bad reviews, you learn from your mistakes. You go back and you keep writing, and that's how you get better. And who knows, your book might be good enough to be published. Traditionally, because most people want to traditionally publish, or if you want to publish on your own, self-publishing, it's up to you, right? Depends what path you want to choose. There's pros and cons to both sides, right? Yeah, I'm not saying traditional publishing is bad. No, there's a lot of pros to traditional publishing. Traditional publishing, your book looks more professional. You get to be on a Jimmy Fallon show if your book's a hit. You'll see your books at Chapters in Canada, Barnes and Nobles, and you have the best editors who are going to polish up your writing. Right? That's the pros, but the cons is that you lose control and write your novel and you don't make as much money. That's the cons. But you get the public eye fame, which is obviously cool. Where self-publishing, you don't really get the public eye fame. You might get YouTube interviews here and there, but you're not going to get like the public eye fame like on Jimmy Fallon and all that stuff, right? And your books will not be at the bookstores. Self-publishing is all online. On Amazon, Lulu, your own website. That's how it works right now. But you make way more money. And you control your novel. And it costs you more money too, self-publishing. It just depends what path you want to take. But most aspiring authors want to traditionally publish. Because, traditional publishing is what is the norm, obviously. Most people like traditional publishing, obviously. Yeah, it's cool to have my own agent and be published by a big book publishing house. Yeah. Obviously, right? Yeah. That's my advice. That's why I say agents be the best book ever written, the best movie ever made. Anyways, guys, here's where I talk for 3 minutes. That's good enough. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Stay tuned. I'll make a video tomorrow after my daunting shift at Coco Fruity. This is Adam. I'm signing off. Peace, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Peace out.